Hello you guys, my name is Trang Teresa, the founder of English Tree Method. Today in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 mistakes that I have made in parenting and in teaching English to my children from my first daughter and how I corrected them when I had my second daughter. So let's start with the first one. I need to give you some background of myself. Firstly, I'm an English teacher. I have had about 13 years of experience teaching English to Vietnamese as well as foreigners. I got a CELTA TESOL certificate. And I also sink myself in Montessori environment, translating things and books. So I quite understand parenting in these years. So as you can see, I have confidence in speaking English. The first mistake that I made was that the unnecessary worry that I had that the baby would mix the two languages if they speak or if I speak to them. So I started talking to my daughter, my first daughter, in English quite late, about 2.5 or 3 years old. I started to speak English to her. I actually waited, and even though at that time I fell in love with English, but I prevented myself from speaking it to her, and I kind of waited for her until her Vietnamese languages is kind of developed, which means that she started to speak short sentences in English, in Vietnamese already, and then I think, oh, so this might be the good time for me to start with another language. But that was not true. If the mother tongue language frame is too firm, that would actually hinder the baby to absorb and to be very elastic and flexible to adopt another language into their life. And actually, the worry about mixing the two languages only comes because of the way that we speak the language, not because we mix them together. So basically, some children, even only hear one language in their life, can still mix the language and still maybe delay in speech and things like that. And some other children, even they are exposing to more than two languages, and still catch up with them and do fine in speaking all of those languages. Mistake number 2 that I made was that I speak too much. I spoke too much to my first daughter, and she fed up listening to me. But I believe that the words from my mouth going to her ears, and it doesn't matter if she likes it or not, it will come to her anyway. But it was just a quick fix, and it doesn't really serve the long-term destination. It's purpose, you know. When I speak too much, it also means that she cannot focus on the whole meaning of the sentences, the message that I give to her. I lose or stray away from the main core idea that every time I want to give to her. For example, this is the banana, then I should just say, here's a banana. Can you say banana? Okay. It's long and it's sweet. Would you like to try? Okay. So that would be something that I do now. But before, I would say, like, can you see this banana? Banana is made from something. And as you can see, it's very long. I think that I'm going to have banana in every meal of the day, and it's very good for us. It has the skin outside, the cover to protect the inside meat. So let's try that. That's the way I was doing. So let's say my takeaway for you is to speak less and listen and watch more. Because when you watch your baby, you would realize what she really focuses now. Is she really just playing something, or is she discovering something? What kind of words should I use to support her? One time, I saw that my baby was trying to open the lid of a bottle. And if I were the mom before, I would just say, bottle, or give me the bottle, I can help you. But now, I just watch her, and I waited until she kind of failed with trying to open the lid, the cap. And then I say, would you like me to help you to open this cap of the bottle? And she said, yes, please. And I would say, can you say cap? And so because she wants me to help her, then I had a chance to say cap. And she repeated that, and that's how she remembered it. And she knows that all the boxes and containers usually have caps or lives with them. Mistake number 3 is that I speak too complicated. I use pretty long words. For children who already had experiences in that language, when they expose in their, let's say, speaking booming time, it's okay for me to stretch out the length of the word and also increase the level of difficulty of the word. But when we just start speak to the children, really be aware that everything we say needs to be in the most simple form it has. And that would really help because the children can focus on the main message. Instead of saying, this is the ripened banana that I picked up from the supermarket this morning, I would just say, banana. Mommy bought the banana from the supermarket. Banana. Can you say banana? Banana. And really, soon after that, she picked up the language and she just said banana by herself. So I see that the simpler I get, the quicker she can speak. Mistake number 4 that I try to change, and I see the outcome from changing, is how I was very controlling and bossy before in parenting method, and now I try not to just rely on what she likes and I go for that. So before, if I had prepared maybe a game with a bunch of activities, a bunch of materials, and I would tell her, stop that game, come here and play this game for me. I have prepared here and let's just play and learn English while we do that. Instead of that, I just let her explore the toys and the tools around the house, and I go with her and I provide her the words. So like if I watch her and I see that she is working on, for example, here, she was tasting an apple, then I would say, yeah, let's review some parts of an apple. And I would say all the names of the apple. I mean, the parts of the apple, the skin, the core, things like that. Next mistake, I wrote it down here so I can make this video for you guys. Mistake number 5 is that I considered English was everything. I used to think and do accordingly. But now I realize that English is only just a part of my daily life. And really, of course, we all know that it will benefit the children greatly, tremendously, if we consistently speak English to them. However, it's not the end of the world if your baby shows sign that they don't want to absorb this language at this moment. You can just come back to it when she or he is in a good mood. Sometime in the future, don't jump to conclusion that they don't like this language or they don't have the talent to take this language in and feel frustrated. And sometimes we would fall into the situation in which we feel ourselves exhausted and we have no encouragement, no motivation to speak the language outside our mother tongue. Let's give yourself a break at that time, and I believe your energy will be regained. And at that time, don't hesitate to come back to English. So don't speak the language when you are angry. Doesn't matter what language it is. Mistake number 6 that I have made is that I have used a lot of supportive equipments around the house to help her walk, to help her crawl or jump or even protect her head with the helmet. And all those things are not helping her development. And I realized that for her to really naturally develop, she has to figure out by herself. And when she feels ready, she would be ready to do whatever, crawling, turning over, or standing up, or walking. So my job is to just watch and encourage her, and really support her. Like when she falls down, I would pick her up, or I would encourage her to pick herself up and comfort her. The last mistake, mistake number 7, is that I worked too much. I remember 3 months after I had my first baby, I came back to work And I didn't have to work in an office. My privilege to be able to work nearby my house. I was a freelance English teacher, so this allowed me to travel just a short time to go to work. And my work time was pretty flexible. I can choose my hours. But at that time, the peak hour for success is the evening time. So I remember how my husband and daughter had to go out to the coffee shop and wait for me for about 2 or 3 hours of the class to be running, and then come back. And I would quickly nurse her, breastfeed her, and I would always in the mood of feeling that I'm guilty and I'm not good enough. So this time I wanted to make a difference. I work less. I actually still work a lot, but I divide the time and I want to prioritize the time that I have for my babies. And I consider being a nursing mom, having the motherhood job is my main occupation, is my main job. And teaching English or interpreting or translating is only a side job, which helped me to connect to the society and feel valued and approved. So that's it. I hope that I realize, that 7 days in a week, I tend to make these 7 mistakes. Maybe I make 2 mistakes in a day, maybe 3, maybe 1, but it's very rare that I go through one day without making any mistakes. So which means that I think I have to really be conscious and look at this in a very conscious way, that I need to be aware that I am important to my children, and English has its own role and own part in the journey of parenting. And English is not everything, but it's just part of the everything. So may you all enjoy your days ahead, and I hope that my video can be a wake-up call, or at least do you some good and help in some ways. Thank you very much.